Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling a really incredible story, the life of Swami Vivekananda.
It's quite a journey.
It really is. Imagine this. A young man, maybe just out of his teens, practically penniless. He's got just a few coins. He's hungry. But there's this fire in his eyes.
Yeah.
This is someone who, actually wandered door to door looking for work, sometimes couldn't even afford a train ticket.
It's hard to picture, considering where he ended up.
Exactly, because this same young man eventually stands on a stage in America and, well, basically introduces the whole world to India's spiritual depth.
A huge moment.
So our mission today is to kind of unpack those key moments, the struggles, the lessons. How does someone go from that level of personal hardship to having such a massive global impact?
And I think that's why this deep dive is so relevant for you, the learner. It's not just history. It's a powerful look at resilience, finding purpose.
Right.
How rejection, believe it or not, can actually build incredible inner strength. He essentially turned every no into fuel for his mission. It's quite the blueprint for navigating your own challenges, really.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning. Where did this all kick off? We're talking about Narendra Nath Dutta, born in Kolkata, 1863. And by all accounts, even as a kid, he was sharp, really curious, always asking questions.
Absolutely. And that wasn't just, childhood curiosity that faded.
It stuck with.
Oh, definitely. It was the engine for his whole life's search for truth. It let him challenge things, think differently. But despite being bright, his early life took a really tough turn.
Yeah, you mentioned hardship.
Well, his father, who was a lawyer, died unexpectedly, suddenly. And that just plunged the whole family into, well, severe poverty.
Oh, okay.
We're talking days without proper meals, having to borrow money from friends. Just basic survival became a struggle.
That's intense.
It forced him to mature incredibly fast. And it pushed him towards those really deep philosophical questions. What's the point of all this?
Yeah.
What's the purpose of life? Especially when there's so much suffering.
It sounds like a really difficult, maybe isolating time. He's desperately looking for a job, right? Getting rejected over and over.
Again and again, coming home hungry.
So how does someone keep that kind of intense spiritual searching alive when, the practical world is just slamming doors in your face? Did he ever think about just giving up on the spiritual side?
Well, it's fascinating, isn't it? Because his external struggles seem to almost mirror this intense internal turmoil.
Ah, okay.
It wasn't just about needing a job. It triggered a real spiritual crisis.
Yeah.
He became obsessed with these massive questions. Who is God? Is God even real?
Right.
And he didn't just ponder it. He actively sought out different saints, holy men, asking them point blank, have you seen God?
And what did they say?
Mostly vague answers. Nothing clear, nothing convincing for him. So you have these job rejections piling up, and then these spiritual rejections too. It created this enormous pressure inside him.
Setting the stage for something big then.
Exactly. It made him ready, I think, for that pivotal turning point.
Which came when he met Ramakrishna Paramahamsa.
Yes.
And the impact of Ramakrishna's answer? It must have been like lightning. So simple, so direct. Yes, I have seen God as clearly as I see you.
That one sentence just changed everything for Narendra Nath. It was the direct experiential answer he'd been craving.
Fundamentally altered his path.
Completely.
Yeah.
And the teachings he received from Ramakrishna were, well, revolutionary for the time, especially this idea that service is true worship.
Okay, explain that a bit.
Well, and the related idea that God dwells in every human being. It wasn't just a nice thought. It was a radical shift. True spirituality wasn't about locking yourself away to meditate. It was about actively serving others, improving society.
So serving people is serving God.
Precisely. It challenged the status quo. And it's still incredibly relevant today how we think about contributing. But it wasn't smooth sailing after that either.
No.
After Ramakrishna passed away, Narendra Nath, now Swami Vivekananda, faced this immense burden. He had to leave the ashram, this sort of spiritual community.
Right, the monastery.
Yeah. He was responsible for all the other disciples. There was a severe financial crisis, and he even faced opposition from some groups.
Wow, so much pressure.
A huge amount.
Yeah.
But the accounts say, despite everything, he did not lose courage.
Incredible resilience. So armed with his guru's message, he starts traveling across India.
Extensive travels.
And you really have to picture the conditions. We're talking sleeping hungry often, nights spent outside temples, sometimes just in fields, all to spread this message.
It's amazing, really. But these hardships, rather than breaking him, they seem to actually strengthened his resolve.
How so?
Well, these weren't just trips to preach, they were an education.
Yeah.
He saw firsthand the reality of India, the widespread poverty, the ignorance, the suffering.
That direct experience.
It was transformative. It forged this absolute unwavering commitment in him. It crystallized his purpose. He famously said, "My life is not for myself, but for the entire country."
So those personal struggles directly fed into his larger mission.
Absolutely. Gave him that deep, intimate understanding of the problems he wanted to help solve.
Okay, so that brings us to 1893, Chicago, the World Parliament of Religions.
A huge stage.
But getting that wasn't easy either, was it? More obstacles.
Oh, yes. He initially struggled even to get permission to speak. And then there was a money issue again, very limited funds for accommodation for basic needs.
So even on the brink of this global moment, he's still facing these practical hurdles.
Right up until the end.
Yeah.
The suspense, as he finally gets his chance to walk onto that stage, this relatively unknown monk from India.
And then comes that moment, September 11th, 1893. He starts with...
Sisters and Brothers of America.
And the reaction...
Apparently, the entire hall just erupted, a standing ovation that lasted for 2 whole minutes before he'd even really gotten into his speech.
That's unbelievable.
It really raises a question, doesn't it? How does one person command that kind of attention, shift perceptions so powerfully, so quickly? Was it just the words?
Or something more?
Yeah, was there something about his presence, his conviction, that just resonated so deeply?
That's a great point. From everything I've read, it sounds like it was both. The message itself was profound, presenting India's spiritual heritage, tolerance, universal brotherhood, things the West maybe hadn't heard framed that way. But his delivery, his confidence, the sheer force of his personality, that must have amplified everything, cut through the noise, and connected directly.
I think you're right. It wasn't just a talk. It was an event, a moment that genuinely changed how the world saw India. He didn't just talk about its spiritual culture. He sort of embodied it right there on stage.
So after Chicago, his influence just explodes, right? He continues to inspire people, and he gives us that really powerful call to action, especially for young people. Arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached.
A timeless message.
And his legacy isn't just words. He founded the Ramakrishna Mission.
Which is still doing incredible work today.
Exactly. Schools, hospitals, disaster relief, all over the world, really putting that service as worship philosophy into practice.
It's important, though, to remember how short his life actually was. He passed away in 1902 at just 39.
So young.
Incredibly young. But, what does that tell us? Despite the brevity of his life, his impact is immense. His message still resonates, still inspires youth today. It genuinely lights, as they say, a fire in every youth's heart.
Yeah.
His whole life challenges us, really.
Yeah.
To find our purpose beyond just ourselves and to see service to others as maybe the highest form of spiritual practice.
It's truly an amazing arc we've looked at, from that deep personal struggle, poverty, rejection, to becoming this global figure who inspired millions.
An icon.
His life really is a testament to conviction, to sheer perseverance, and the incredible impact you can have when you dedicate your life to something bigger than yourself.
So thinking about Swami Vivekananda's whole journey, through the hunger, the poverty, the failures, all the way to capturing the world's attention, what specific part of his resilience, or maybe his teachings, do you find most striking or relevant for your own life, your own goals? Something to really chew on.